What's up, guys? We are at the Viewrail booth at the International Builders Show. I got Len here.
How you doing?
Good, man. I appreciate you having us.
Thank you, Nick.
We are working on a project with you guys down in Rhode Island. And one of the reasons that we ended up working with you guys is the customization of your product. So I was incorrect, as I usually am, is that in previous shows I'd be here and thinking that you guys had standard products, which you do, and which helps the ability to, you know, with design and getting something in a job in an efficient manner. But what I lacked in knowledge was that you can also customize it.
Sure.
And behind us, what's this called?
We call this our flight system.
Okay. And you said it's a workhorse.
Yeah, this is really our workhorse system. This goes into so many houses. It gets the job done so well. It can go in a million different configurations. This is a straight that we brought here. It can go switchback, it can go U-shaped, it can go 90. It's a wonderful platform for a lot of different tread species to match different houses. We can change the colors, and every one of these is manufactured to the house specifically. So it's not like a bulk made product.
You guys have put the engineering into figuring out how to make them efficient as a product. And I think about, you know, you guys have seen our modern Back Bay project. We built a mono stringer, and you know, we probably overcomplicated it. We definitely overcomplicated it. And thinking back, it's like people have reached out to us like, hey, I'd love to build a stair like that. And we look at the numbers, it's like, well, it costs this much money. Yeah. But when you realize that when, you know, someone like you guys have engineered this to figure out, like you said, it's a workhorse. It does a lot of things and has a lot of configurations. We could probably have gotten 90%, if not all the way there.
Yeah, I bet you could have, Nick. And so we put a lot of effort. We have all of this in Inventor and a 3D modeling software. So we're able to give you full plan sets, shop drawings. We have an ICC code approval on this. Okay. And so if you are in a situation where you need to have plans approved and know that it's going to go right past the inspector, boom, pull out that ICC report and it just sails by.
So what does that mean? What was the process in getting that?
Every fastener, every bolt, every connection. Them touring our shop, documenting our processes, quality paperwork, continuing to provide logs, testing. Sure. Tremendous amount of work.
What was the reason that you wanted? Like, why go for that? Why spend all that time and money and effort?
Because you as a builder need it, and we know you need it. Because code officials are wanting it. They want to know the reactions. They want to know the calculations. They want to know that people are going to be safe. Right. And we have a responsibility. So like the first time you built one, you overbuild it. But if you missed one fastener, there's a bit of a problem. Sure. Every fastener has been documented and tested.
And that's important, and also makes, going back to the efficiency, it makes the opportunity to put something like this, which is more custom than a regular wood frame staircase, especially as modern tends to, you know, get more and more traction here in the US. You know, it gives a really awesome opportunity to have something like this in your home. Yeah. So behind us, I keep staring at it every time I
you want to go see this?
I want to look at the helix.
So this is fresh out of our R&D lab, and this is our interpretation of how to do a spiral stairway. Okay. So our customers are asking us for a modern, high-end, spiral, helix, curve type of stairway. And so we brought it to the show to get some reactions.
So you said your interpretation. What does that mean?
Yeah. So our interpretation is, I like to do my own thing. I don't like to copy anybody. Like everything that we build it ourselves. Like, we're making the handrail, we're making the stainless steel posts, we're making all of the fittings, we're making all the wood. Well, I wanted to make our own design, and we designed for it to be manufacturable, to be engineered, and it to be repeatable. Even though it looks completely customized in design, we know that we can execute on it and we can hit your timelines.
It's also, I keep looking at it, it's also interesting because typically you would see a curved stringer on the outside or a pole in the middle, and to me this looks like a bunch of cubes, you know, respectfully stacked up that turn into a stair. So from engineering, and maybe you can't disclose it, like what is actually supporting this staircase? Because it's also self-supporting right now.
Yes, a lot of steel in there.
Okay.
So our engineers have figured out where to put the steel and how to put the steel and how to bolt and weld this together to be able to get the strength that we needed.
So despite what it looks like on the outside, it's actually a monolithic steel structure on the inside.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's look at the other two over here.
We have a couple other great things.
Because this looks a lot like one of the staircases that we did, where we have a continuous, white oak face and tread, as well as the shadow reveal. And I think about, over here. But that project, thinking about like all the time that we had spent in design and figuring it out on site. I mean, this looks custom to me.
It does look custom, and
it is, right?
It is custom, but it's also, we've got all of these elements, we've got all of this in CAD, so we can draw it and design it custom, send it right out to the CNC machines, to the laser cutters, and to the glass, and we can make all of this, and it's going to bolt together, and we know it's going to fit because this is what we do. We do it every day.
And I'm going to challenge the custom side. So when you say it's custom, how far can I go? So if I wanted to shrink the shadow gap, could realistically I shrink that?
Yes.
That's all I wanted to know.
That's all you need.
That was the only difference between the other show. But so and going back, so you figured out, what it takes to build a stair like this, and then effectively cladding it with what we see. Right. And everything that we see can be modified as long as it's kind of encapsulated in that structure. Is that fair?
It is. Yep.
And you guys manufacture all the wood.
We do.
All the glass.
We do.
And the steel.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Because we need to be able to go right from our CAD model directly into the machines, and be able to make all of those elements and know they're going to work together.
And when we do talk about limitations, I think about our clients that are watching this video. Staircases are something that we're constantly up against. How can we make them more creative looking? How can we challenge creativity or challenge the aesthetic of it, and do it in a manner that is, maybe it's more cost effective, where we're doing like commercial project where it's like, we want a really cool office, but they don't want to spend for a custom staircase. How do we take something that you've engineered the heck out of and then customize it to fit that job? And so going back, what are the limitations when it comes to stairs with you guys?
So we have a framework on which we want to work within, largely a design framework. Finishes can be about as broad as you would want them to be. We're going to offer nearly every wood species.
Awesome.
And largely one of the constraints is sometimes people will see something in a picture and they'll say, I need to have exactly what's in that picture. Well, we have an interpretation that's manufacturable.
Right.
Because what's in a picture isn't always manufacturable or installable. And so we might make a few adjustments so they can actually be accomplished and go into a reasonable budget.
And it's funny too, we've definitely been in it where we'll get a picture of a staircase that they love. It's a staircase looks great, but it's not code compliant. It probably doesn't feel that good walking up it. It probably bounces pretty hard. And that's where you're saying manufacturable, and for you as a business, it's repeatable, which is great. But for the client, it's manufacturable and it's structurally sound, and you're going through testing and making sure that when I walk up that stair, the whole thing doesn't shake and the glass panels shake off each other.
Because another word for manufacturable is achievable. It's something your customers can actually achieve. And so if we don't bring designs to the marketplace that are manufacturable, then our customers aren't ever going to be able to achieve it. And that's really important to us because we believe in design, deliver, and done.
I love that.
Job's got to get done for you.
Right. So let's go back to our project in Rhode Island.
Sure.
So we're doing, building that passive house you guys have seen on the site visit series. And on the back of that deck, we're doing a stainless horizontal rod railing.
Good choice.
We did talk about doing glass. The client didn't want to clean it, which fair enough.
I understand.
And so we ended up with this stainless rod. But one of the things that the client had asked when she was going through her submittal review was that she wanted 316 stainless for coastal application, which is what you typically would see in an exterior coastal application. And she was worried about what you guys are speccing, which is 2605?
2605.
And come to find out, it has 50% less carbon than the 316? Am I saying this correct?
So it's a little deeper than that.
Okay.
I'm a romantic, Nick.
Okay.
I took
Same here. I'm using numbers like I know what they mean, but
I'm a romantic, and I'm saying that sarcastically.
Oh, I'm not.
I took my wife on a wonderful vacation.
Sure.
We went to the Netherlands, a European vacation. Once we got there, what she didn't realize is it was the Stainless Steel World Conference. I suckered her into this, and so I'm going to stainless steel meetings all day. I'm meeting with these oil and gas nerds.
Okay.
I mean, these are the people that are doing the most demanding applications. Sending stainless steel 5 miles down a well, building an oil rig where failure just gets stupid expensive.
Right.
And what I found is they were all using 2605.
Okay.
They had stopped using 316 20 years ago, and they'd shifted everything to 2605. And so I started sourcing and bringing 2605, and the performance is going through the roof. It's 50% stronger and 50% more corrosion resistant.
50% stronger as well. So, I think that just answered my question. But what was really what were the failures you were seeing with the 316?
So, the 316, while it is considered marine grade and has a long history, and it's done well in a lot of places, and we still use it occasionally. If it has a bit of a scratch on it and it loses a bit of its passive layer, boom, the corrosion is going to start. The salt air, especially in a Rhode Island, especially in a Boston, that is a rough environment because it is just being attacked 24/7, 365 by those elements. And the 2605 is just a little bit better.
Right.
And so
50%.
50%. And so we're above that threshold to where corrosion can even happen. I've seen corrosion happen on 316. I've never seen it on 2605.
That's crazy. So, I've seen some of the pricing, obviously, for our projects that we're working on. Yeah. I'm not seeing a noticeable upcharge on it.
It's achievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, looking forward, someone that's watching this video, whether they're a homeowner or like a builder, what is the best way to start your process?
Come see us, Viewrail.com.
Yep.
And reach out there. There is a place where you can give us an email address and a phone number if you want to upload a plan, and one of our people will be in touch. They're going to be in touch very quickly, and we have a lot of software so we can get you a number pretty soon. Because I know
you guys have been great.
Yeah, you need to get an idea. What's the ballpark? Where do we start? And then we'll send you through a project management phase where we're going to give you full 3D CAD drawings. You're going to get a good understanding of how everything goes together.
Yeah.
It's going to ship, and you're going to get your job designed, delivered, done.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Nick.
Guys, we're checking out at the Viewrail booth at Orlando, the Builder Show. If you want to check them out, Viewrail.com. Make sure you hit them up. Like you said, if you are looking to get within a number, you guys have the opportunity to do that quickly and something that is achievable and manufactured.